if I were to ask somebody what their favourite maze was, chances are they'd look at me weird. Nobody asks that. What kind of person asks what type of maze they like? But if I was to ask, I can guarantee that some people would say the crystal maze. I mean, personally, I'd go for mandrill maze, but I mean, that's just me. And it does tend to give people nightmares.
This is all it is. It's just mandrills.
Oh. Masterpiece.
Does anyone else remember the Crystal Maze? It's a little before my time, but I did watch some reruns when I was younger. You had 6 contenders tackling incredibly mundane challenges in 4 themed areas to get these tiny crystal balls. These would then enable the people to swing their arms around in a big glass dome and potentially get their hands on a cash prize. Although I do wonder, where's the maze? I mean, I see the crystals, but I can't find the mazes. I mean, maybe they're in the challenges, but this baffles me. There is simply no maze in sight, and I'm disappointed. This show is about as 90s as you could get. Actiony, synthy music, amazing haircuts, and Richard O'Brien's leopard skin coat. I love it. It just rigged to that cheesy 90s stench. You know, the one that smells like light up shoes and Tim Allen.
And of course they made a game out of it. For DOS. Yeah. I don't see anything that could possibly go wrong here.
The game starts off with something. I don't quite understand what this screen is. It looks a bit like a menu. Maybe it's a logo? I honestly can't tell. You could probably pass it off as modern art though. After waiting for a little while, we then see the show's title card with the appropriate music, and that's fair enough. And now we reach an interface thing. Presumably this is a menu. I mean, it does say set up at the bottom, and that has to mean something, right? I don't know what's going on here though. Where's Richard O'Brien? Isn't he gonna guide me? I'm gonna feel lonely without him. Anyway, let's click something and hope it's right.
I'm glad I'm looking at this.
These are my characters to pick from? I don't want to play as any of these people. They're all deformed and stuff. I guess, like the show, I need 6 people to put through torture and potentially trap them in a dungeon for an eternity. So I guess we'll go for this Sinister 6. Although not that Sinister 6, that's, sorry, I didn't mean to cause confusion. We have Mullet Strongjaw, leader of the group. Smart Man, the man who is smart. Mrs. Yellow Collar, her collar is yellow. Girl, maybe Bruce Campbell. And this guy, I guess. True to form, the first area is Aztec. And apparently, we have 4 types of challenge available. I think this is Atlas, you know the guy who shrugged once? There's telekinesis. I mean, that's also telekinesis, I think. And there's searching for people with giant fingers. I'm guessing the first one is a strength test, so heck, let's just put someone on it. The crystal lies ahead. Oh dear. Okay, I'm not even sure what to say here. The controls were completely unclear. I tried lots of buttons on my keyboard, but you know, nothing happened. And our friend just sailed straight into the water after I pressed a button. I don't know what to say to that. It's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna give this game the benefit of the doubt. I just need to figure out the controls, right? Should be fine after that. Now, let's put Smart Man on the balls. I mean,
Whoa! Slow down. We're all adults here. We can talk this out reasonably. Like reasonable people.
Look, 3 Stonehead guys, we've just met. We can't even say we're friends. When you give demands like this to a completely stranger, you can't expect me to obey. Just be reasonable. Buy me a drink first. The concept of this game is simple enough. Just roll a d20 into the mouth of these gods. Unfortunately, the actual controls are not simple. You play with a mouse and it's so painfully sensitive. And not to mention, inverted. The timing has to be so precise, and I just can't do that. You're asking too much of me here. I'm one man. I'm no hero. And I'm trapped. I'm sorry, Smart Man.
I did all I could, son.
Next up, the Brain Challenge. Okay, so it's like this tile thing, and no tile can be adjacent with another tile of the same colour or symbol. I don't feel like I had enough time to probably figure this out though, so now I've lost another person. You know, I'm starting to sense a pattern with these games. Welcome to Ocean Zone, where all you can hear is water and sonar maybe. You know, besides a little in-between jingles and selecting people for challenges, there's not a huge amount of music in this game. It feels kind of empty and soulless.
Just like me.
Alright, so now let's allow Mullet Strongdraw to solve a mystery. He's clearly the man for the job. Oh, okay, so we're working out where a crystal is. That's actually quite easy. It's literally just trial and error. Well, I have one crystal now, so we're on the right track. And that track is mediocrity. Our friend Mullet seems to be pretty good at these, so let's put him on a brain task. Oh, it's a game of memory. That's really difficult.
What's up with these challenges? They're either far too hard or far too easy. There's no mid-ground, and they're not even unique. They're just like carbon copies of other games. Sucks. It really sucks.
Alright, Mullet, you've given us 2 crystals, so let's try for a hat trick. So, what do I do here? I understand that I have to maneuver over this plank, but I don't know how to move up and down. No arrow keys, no W and S, not even Q and A like ZX Spectrum games. What do I do here? I just want to get across this oscilloscope plank, but the game just doesn't want any of it. On the bright side, Mullet wasn't trapped. I mean, that's pretty good. We still got our main man. Okay, now we're in Medieval Zone. And you know, I think it's time for Mullet to solve a mystery. And our hint is 2 vessels surrounded by the same. What does that even mean? I mean, a boat surrounded by boats? I eventually figured out it was a vase, and I guess it was right. Our next clue is, could stop an arrow. Well, technically a lot of things in this room could stop an arrow, but whatever. It's the shield, probably. And the next clue is, any last requests?
You're threatening me, Crystal Maze.
And due to the shenanigans of the game, I lost Mullet. I didn't even like Mullet anyway. I mean, he doesn't even have a mullet. That's more of like a flat top than anything else. We don't allow liars on our team. He deserves to be trapped in that cluttered, low-quality room. And yeah, that room was low quality, so I could barely make anything out. Great.
I can't imagine a worse hell.
I guess this means it's time to put this guy on the brain challenge. Okay, can't fail. Good, fine. And he's trapped. Who's surprised? Not me. Still on 2 crystals. Oh, that's great. You know what? I'm not even enthusiastic about these people anymore. I had a crossbow minigame, but I failed because of the inverted mouse again. But hey, at least it told me to mind the breeze. You know, the breeze inside this enclosed room. And now it's time for Future Zone. There was a game of Snake, and I still don't know the controls. There was another Hidden Objects game, and I still don't know how to do Hidden Object games. And there's a game where I had to turn out lights. I couldn't turn out the lights. I couldn't turn out the lights. Luckily, you can't have all your people trapped, so now it's time for the final area. Oh yeah, baby, let's put those 2 crystals to good use. So, I needed to get as many gold tickets as possible, with silvers being penalties, and I got a grand total of 4. And it says, oh well, better luck next time.
Hey, Crystal Maze, look. You can't just assume there'll be a next time. In fact, don't assume. Because if you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Look it up, it's real. It's a real thing, it's a real thing, just look it up. What was I even expecting? This is a licensed DOS game. It was doomed from the start. You know what? I'm gonna go in for another run. I'm going to beat 4 points. I'm going to prove to this game that I am not worthy of a better luck next time. I am worthy of so much more than that, and I am good, I guess. So.
Playing more allowed me to learn the controls, which by the way are ZX, semicolon, and question mark. So finally, after more practice, I managed to still only get 2 crystals. But in the final challenge, I can do better, because I know what I'm going in for this time. I got a silver thing, which means -1 point, so I got 4 again. Yeah, okay, that's fine. fine. I mean, I didn't want to do well anyway. Not like I promised myself I would do better. My high score was meant to say H.G. Wells, but I got upset.